All right, so the Creep Tapes, Season 2, Episode 3, Mark. Yeah, honestly, we just straight up forgot about this episode yesterday. We watched it last night. We did watch it on Friday. We just watched it at like 11 o'clock at night. I was like, oh shit. You know, it was Black Friday. We went and saw multiple movies, and we were doing a bunch of shit, and just was like, totally slipped our minds.
Yeah.
But here we are. We're a day late. A buck short. But here, this is what you get. I don't know what else I can do. No one's really waiting on these. Let's be honest. I don't feel like this show is much of a hit.
Yeah.
Currently. I feel like most people have the same sentiment. That even the people who like it can all agree that it's way too short. And it always just kind of leaves that taste in your mouth of like, oh, I would have liked to have seen way more of that.
Yeah.
Right? These all seem like pitches for like Creep 3. Whereas like, all right, why don't we shoot like a short little segment to get an idea for what we should do for Creep 3?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I kind of like this one. Oh, yeah, not like this one that much. Like, whatever. And then we're just kind of getting those outtakes of like, here was our pitches for Creep 3.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it sort of feels like. Anyway, this one, though, I will say, at least this one changes it up. This I prefer. Because a lot of the times it's really just the creep, befriending some guy, being really weird around him, and then eventually just killing him.
Yeah. Right?
It's very rinse, lather, repeat. And with this one, this felt like a totally different format, totally different formula, and I was very thankful for that. Still, though, once again, not to be too repetitive here, this is way too short.
It's super short.
For what it is. Like, when it started and then, like, when it, like, ended, I was just like, that was it? That was so fast. It felt like it was 10 minutes long.
It was really quick.
This one was really fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously this one is heavily inspired by Saw, which is kind of funny because he does make mention of that in this episode, and how, and this is true. This is not, I'm sure, always true, but this has been kind of the common thing that I've heard, is that serial killers, murderers, whatever, they don't like horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
For whatever reason. So it's very funny when people think that you're psycho for watching horror movies, and I'm like, historically speaking, most serial killers and bad people, they don't like horror movies for whatever reason. His claim is that he has too vivid of an imagination.
Yeah.
Do I believe him, though?
He still gets inspired to make this like Saw trap, though.
He does, but he says that he got the idea
from Dexter.
Yes.
Which is so random and weird. Because I guess he wants to maybe, like, this is a part, I don't know, this character that he's playing wants to see himself as, like, kind of a good guy, I guess. I don't know.
He knows that's bullshit.
Because, yeah, he's not. He kills very innocent people for no reason, whereas obviously Dexter famously kills other killers, like, specifically.
I don't trust a word out of his mouth ever.
Yeah.
Right? So, here's my question to you. He's looking for this famous surgeon. A, do you think that's true and that he grabbed the wrong guy? Or do you think that he really just meant to grab this guy and likes fucking with him? Or...
no, I think he meant to grab his surgeon brother.
Do you?
Yeah. I do. Because he's his cousin. Oh, yeah, sorry, cousin.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I think he did because he thinks that his, like...
And do you think that his cousin, the doctor, the surgeon, is actually molesting the male patients that he's putting under? Like, how would he know that?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know how he would know that. But I think he wanted somebody that he perceives, at the very least, as being, like, super intelligent, because he thinks that his clues are, like, his game is very well structured and like his
not.
clues are smart. It's not. It's so dumb. And like I also feel really bad for Mark in this.
Yeah.
Like this character was like one of the more like, oh man, like come on.
Is his name Mark, or is Mark the surgeon?
Oh yeah, maybe that's right. Whatever.
I don't know.
The guy that's in the room with him,
yeah,
though,
sure.
he's just so like oblivious and dumb.
Yes.
And I feel really bad for him because he's like not getting anything, and the creep is just like so impatient.
Yeah.
Like they're not even really in there for that long, and he's getting so mad at him for not like finding the DVDs taped to his chest.
Seconds.
Yeah, taped to his chest and stuff.
He has a very short fuse, and he
Very
does
short.
not. He's, as you said, he's extremely impatient.
He's so impatient for it, which is very funny because it's like both Dexter and Jigsaw spend a lot of time either stalking or like Jigsaw setting up the traps and everything. Like they're very intricate, and like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and like who all is there, you know, like it doesn't happen like instantaneously. And the same thing with Dexter, where he spends a lot of time like kind of like I said, like stalking his victims and figuring out like who they're killing, who they're harming, and then setting up the kill room and everything. But
I would have liked
is,
it.
like not able to wait.
I would have liked it more. I think that this episode would have worked better had the creep been in the room with him and his puzzles actually made sense. Because the stuff he's saying in the tape and whatever, they're not very good. They're not good puzzles at
clues,
all. Which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But if the clues, or even if they were, I don't know. I think that this could have been written in a way where, because like, okay, in most movies, people are more intelligent than people normally are.
Yeah.
And when they're like really flustered and upset, people don't think straight already.
Right.
But on top of that, most people aren't very bright with puzzles and clues. Like that's just not a lot of people's strong suits. And so it would have been funny because in movies like Saw or movies like that, the characters are a little more unbelievably witty with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I do think it's funny here that the guy's not getting it, but had it been written in a different way to where he keeps like trying to push him along and be like, well, what do you think this means? And the guy's like, I don't know. And he just keeps kind of looking at the camera like, fuck me, this guy's an idiot.
He does it good amount. He does
do this.
But then it's just because the episode's so short.
It's so short.
It's like the first like 5 minutes are him doing that, and then he's like,
I just think they could have put more effort and thought into the... But I don't know, maybe that's just the joke, is that the creep didn't really put any thought or effort into these puzzles.
I definitely think that's part of it, because he just like watched a couple episodes of a TV show and then watched a movie or whatever, or like thought about a movie. I don't remember if he says he watched Saw, but...
No, he didn't watch it.
Yeah,
but everybody knows the setup.
He just
Saw.
does. Yeah, it's so. It's just like such a ripoff, and yeah, I think that is the joke.
Yeah.
Is that he like is like, I can do it. I can do that. Clearly, like I'm a killer and I'm amazing. I'm a brilliant person, so like obviously I can do this setup and it'll be great. And yeah.
I would like. I this gave me the idea with this show that it would be funny because he is a film fanatic. That's what he's claimed in previous movies and episodes. He has like this deep knowledge for film. For him to take scenarios from films and put these people in them to see how they really react in reality. I guess maybe the creep shtick is starting to wear a bit thin for me. Mm. Where it's so the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Right? He's always got the peach fuzz mask and the axe, and he just talks very candidly, and he's very weird and very obvious around the people he's around.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, okay, like, we got to change things up a bit here. So it was good to see the saw trap type thing. I just wish they would have put a little more effort into the role. But I don't know, at the same time, as you said, it's kind of part of the humor that his traps and his clues and his riddles and all that suck so much.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pissed off because he's like, I put a lot of thought into this. And it's like, did you? No,
Not
I don't
really.
think you did.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like that said on the tapes that I'm like, oh, I have to
No.
think about that. Like,
No.
they're all just so stupid that I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. So, I don't know. The one thing we kept laughing about, and I don't know what this was. I don't know if this was like, maybe this guy's not understanding or whatever. But he kept saying that the DVDs are so small. He's like, how am I going to find them? They're so small. And I'm like, a DVD is like this fucking big, dude. In like an open room like that they're in, that's pretty small, there's very little areas for it to be hidden.
Yeah.
So it being really small, like if we're talking like
a flash drive or something, maybe.
Well, sure, or
then I would be like,
on the flip side of that, if the area was like the size of a Walmart,
Sure.
right, and there was like, let's say there was like a hoarder house.
Yeah, they're in
There's
like a pretty
millions of things everywhere. I'd be like, how the fuck
space.
am I supposed to find a single DVD in all of this? But it's a completely wide open room that's maybe 10 feet by 10 feet. There's nothing in that room, and he's like, it's so small. And it's like, what are you talking about?
We were laughing about that a good amount, because, yeah, it was like, he just kept saying that. It was very funny. I thought that was really funny.
It was also funny when he was like, he's like, oh man, no, I could barely see your face. It's not even that bright. It's really dark in here. And he's like, come on, man, this is getting pathetic.
He's like, your eyes are closed.
Yeah, he's closing his eyes. He's like, it's really dark in here. I barely even saw your face.
I feel so bad for him. He's just like, especially if he is an accidental, like, it's just not the person that the creep was looking for. It's sad.
The thing that makes him a total moron is that there's a place where it's so obvious, beyond, I mean, it's been beyond obvious that he is the guy who put him in there.
Right.
And the guy's like, still, like,
he's like, I don't know.
How do you know that? And you're like, oh my god, is this guy mentally handicapped? How fucking stupid.
He was really funny.
But that is the joke, right? Is that he's supposed to have abducted a brilliant brain surgeon.
Right,
And he
the
gets
guy
this guy who's
is
like such a moron.
Yes. It's really funny. Yeah, I mean, I definitely like this episode a lot more than the one from last week. So, I just, again, it's just that it's so short. But regardless, this one was a much more fun episode for me.
This is my favorite episode for sure of maybe this season. I did like the copycat thing. I just wish it was way more fleshed out, and the fact that we had David Dashmalchian in there was cool and all. But there are funny things here. I just want them longer because I think this is a really cool setup. I would not have wanted any longer of last week's episode. Holy shit. I would have changes on that episode. As I said, security guards, whatever. There's ways to fix it. But with this one, the fact that he cuts this guy open and starts biting his intestines.
Oh my god, we were like, what is he
I was
doing?
laughing so much at that. Like, what the fuck? He just keeps grabbing him and biting them. That's insane.
I bit him open. It's
like,
very funny.
I mean, we see in the original Saw, right? I mean, which is literally, there's no way he didn't watch Saw and made this trap.
Yeah.
Right? The guy in the middle of the room that he has to cut into to find the keys in his intestines is straight up Amanda's trap.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally what she has to do. He swallows a key, right? Except for the guy that's in Saw is still alive. And I thought for sure this guy was going to wake up. But the fact, like, she just digs around him and she feels the intestines, right?
Yeah,
and he just bites. He keeps biting chunks off and spitting them out.
He's like, do you think he pooped it out already? Like,
it's crazy.
It's like there's no way that he would poop it out in 6 hours. I thought that was really funny too. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that this was a very goofy episode. It was very silly, and yeah, it was, well, much needed after last week's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the episode. I just wish that it was longer. Once again, I'm sorry. I keep saying this. I don't even know why I bother at this point. And also, just, I wish... Maybe it's fine that the traps are so lame and the guy still can't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe, okay, this might just be a bias for me because, like, I'm very obsessive over puzzles. Like, Kaylee and I play the exit games, and I've played, like, most, like, escape room style video games on Steam, right? The room games, and we've went to escape rooms, and I pride myself on being pretty witty with puzzles. And so seeing something like this where the creep's like, I put so much thought into this. I'm like, bro, what? He's like, you need to find a DVD. Like, and he's like, oh, it's a really good clue. That's not a clue. It's just you straight up telling someone they need to find a fucking DVD.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so stupid. It's just so dumb. But maybe that's the humor, and that's fine. So I'll back up on that one a bit and just be like, okay, the creep's just an idiot too. He's just egotistical.
Yes.
I think we're really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually put much work into anything. And can we just get one person who can actually fight back?
I know.
Like, the creep is not a big guy, A, and B, he doesn't seem to have any, like, training that makes him some formidable villain.
He just gets very lucky.
He's just fearless.
Yes.
And arrogant.
Yeah.
Right? So most people panic and they're like freaking out when they're going to try to, stay alive and fight someone who's threatening to kill them.
Yeah.
And the creep's just like thinks it's funny.
Yes.
And he's just like, I don't care. Kill me. So I just feel like realistically the creep would eventually, at this point, with as many tapes as he has, and the fact that he just kind of takes random people who are coming to get, like, do you know how many people in America would show up to a very sketchy Craigslist ad and not bring a gun with them? Dude, yeah. I mean, how many times have we been at Walmart or any store in Arizona?
Oh my God.
Where we've seen a guy packing a gun straight up on his hip. I see it every day. I mean, I see it pretty much every time I go to the store. I see a guy with a sidearm.
So crazy.
In every store I go to. So to think that the creep is never going to come across someone who's got military training or has a weapon on them or would fight back is just absurd to me. It's just silly.
Maybe we'll see it one day.
One day, I just feel like the creep should get his ass fucking beat. Because he would, in reality.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of him, personally. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want to go up against a psychopath who's trying to kill me. But he's not somebody I look at and I'm like, oh boy, he could physically take me. No, he could not. So, and I'm not some fucking, like, super tough guy. I'm not like some MMA fighter. I'm not some fucking, like, man's man, I guess. So the creep would eventually get his ass handed to him.
Yeah.
Just being so cavalier like he is, so blasé about everything, right? It's just like, come on, bro. You're gonna get wrecked one of these days. And like, what does Mark do? He goes for the axe for half a second. He's like, "Oh, good try," and then he just is like, "Okay, I'll just take it. I guess I'll just die." Like, what? Come on, these people would have more fight than this. Even the serial killer that he goes up against kills himself.
I know.
Like, come on, it gets a tad silly at some point. Anyway, that's that. All right. Anything more?
That is all.
All right. Next week, we'll see you tomorrow for It. Welcome to Derry.
Bye.
Adios.